Hello everyone, and I want to welcome all of you to ACCG. So, I know what you're thinking immediately, that this audio quality is not the best, and you're right. The truth is, just starting out here. The thing is I'm watching all these videos online, all these deck builds, and all these, not just Yugi videos, but Poke videos too. And they always just give you like one deck build and tell you it's good and it's going to go and it's going to work. And, I want to elaborate on decks. So I test different decks and try different builds and come up with builds that honestly work and work in an interestingly well way. And I know what you're looking at right now. You're probably looking at the screen and asking yourself, what am I looking at? All the synchro, all the XYZ. But I'll tell you one thing about this deck that we're looking at, Machina Earth style here today, and that is that this deck is very versatile, and I'm going to show you some stuff here to make you a believer of just how versatile the Machina deck profile truly is when it's put to the test. So let's go over what we have. I'm sure you guys have seen this before. We have one copy of Ruin Force. He's probably the best monster in this deck in terms of how he's able to come out, his ability to have an Omni negate within the battle phase that halves the opponent's and your own life points when it goes off, so it's quite good, as well as negating that effect that brings off. So, I mean, this is a really great card. You only really need the one, because you could recycle it truly easily, so I wouldn't worry too much about it in terms of its usage. Even if it gets banished or cards get banished, this deck can easily recycle banished cards, as you will see as I go on. So, don't worry too much about banishing these cards. So, let's go ahead and get on to the next boss, Machina Citadel. So, he is a built-in Regeki. Based on whatever life points you decide, attack you decide to go with. So, Machina Citadel already has a whopping 3,000, which, is pretty solid. In the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole, you're going to see pretty much cards top out at 3,000 most of the time. So he's taken out everything that you would see in the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Game if he pops himself. So, yeah, it's definitely a great option there. Now, we play pretty much a 90% Earth deck here. We have Ruin Force, Possessed Storage, and the two tuners, which we'll get to, that are not Earth. But we run a mostly Earth deck. So, Gizmek too. Can't forget our boy. Can't forget our boy here. These two Gizmeks. So, in that, we have a really easy special summon here, because he brings out Earths, and that in and of itself is, well, he brings out Earths, but he comes out when Earths are what you control. So this is a free level 10, and well, he has a great effect too that allows you during the end phase, if he's in the graveyard, say he was used for an XYZ and then discarded, I don't know, like Gustav, he can target one machine in the GUI there, and just put it right back to your hand. So, I mean, say you discarded, let's say, Citadel. That's coming right back to your hand, and that's a really good card to get back. So, he's a pretty good card, I would say. Now, this card isn't a part of my deck profile, but you see, as I'm 41, he's not a part of the deck profile, but I have him here because I'm just going to explain what he is right quick, and then I'm going to dish him back out to the side deck. So, Metal Cruncher is another one of those easy to bring out summons. Very simple, very easy, and very rewarding. So, if you get this level 9 monster out onto the field, not only will it give you the access to, of course, your level 10 synchros, which we'll have, an explanation for down here in the side deck eventually, but he also allows you to reveal your 3 Earth monsters from your deck, and your opponent has to randomly choose which ones go to your hand, which one of them. And you shuffle the others back, but that's a free monster off of just one card, and that goes right to your hand. And as a lot of these cards, as you'll see, work, once they get put in your hand, they can easily bring themselves out. So he's a very good card to have in, especially if you are trying to get those level 10 synchros. Alright, but for now, back to the extra deck you go, pal. Side deck, sorry. So, now, my next boy is my last level 10 in the deck. Gizmek, another easy special summon here. I'm not going to begin to try to pronounce that name, but he's solid. He's very solid, and he has great effects. So, I mean, this card, off of the fact that it's a level 10 alone, is worth running because you want to, synergize with your extra deck and your synchros and all that jazz. But I mean, just listen to this effect right quick. You can pay 1,500 life points, destroy all monsters on the field that were special summoned from the extra deck. Okay, before I even continue, how often does that happen? And for 1,500 life points you can do that? Pfft, worth it? I think so. So, let's carry on here. Also, you can only attack with one monster this turn. So it's a slight drawback, but guess what? You do that, right? Then, if you want to get really saucy, he's level 10. Let's say you have Citadel out, right? You overlay these guys for the XCs, bong into Gustav Max, free 2,000. You already got, the whole board cleared of special, right? Everything special is gone, which is pretty much everything on the board. And then you have this lad in here in your side deck who, if you're really feeling saucy, you might want to pop into the main extra. So his effect, Libe if you don't know, you discard one card, add 2,000 to his already 4,000 attack, and you're swinging for 6,000. 6,000. I mean, that's a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot, guys. That's a lot of damage, okay? It's a lot of damage. So, you definitely want to, be able to slap, and you will definitely slap with this card. It is a great card, and I think it's more than earned its place here. But anyway, in addition to its other effect, which is it can attack, monsters as many times as it has material on it. So, you're basically swinging for every material on this card at each monster. And if you're clearing the field of all the special summon monsters, you're swinging pretty much directly for 6,000 instead of at the monsters, right? So, a win-win in my book. There's really no downside. So, Gizmek, very awesome addition to the deck. So, let's go ahead and get down to our level 9. Our single level 9. The True King. So, very easy to get out. Destroys Earth monsters. And you know what happens when Earth monsters get destroyed and Citadel's in the graveyard. He comes back. So, bong right there. Great effect. If they're both Earth monsters, rip 3 cards right out of the opponent's extra deck. Wow. There's a reason why he's at limited, but truth be told, I mean, you really only need about 1. 3 cards out of a 15-card deck is more than enough damage, especially if you're hitting second turn or third turn with that effect. So, you're looking great, really. There's really not much else to say. Fantastic card. Add those level 9 metal crunches for more synergy, and you can get out your level 10s. So, this is it's a great addition to this deck, and I think it goes unnoticed quite a bit. So, starting off with our level 8s, the incomparable Orochi, the other Gizmek that I play. Now, again, you have to banish 8 cards face down. But truly, if you're trying to burn out and get the most punch out of your deck, and you're trying to end those games in the first 3 turns, which seems to be the go-to strategy these days, right? ending games before the 5th turn. I don't think I remember the last time I've seen a 5th turn at locals. So, Orochi's your man. The quick effect pop. I'm sorry, not quick effect pop. The quick effect summon, and then the built-in pop. It's very good. It's very good. A lot of synergy with your level 8 XCs as well as your level 9 synchros if you're able to pop him out with one of those tuners. So very good there. Let's go ahead and get on to the main pairing in this deck. Basically opposites of each other. So they both get brought out the same way. Discard one card, one Machina card in order to special summon it. Now, Irradiator has a great combo where you're able to use Possess Storage, himself, and Citadel in such a way where you can bring all 3 of them out. How do you do this, you may ask? Well, Citadel's in the graveyard, right? So, you will discard Possess Storage for Irradiator's summon. Right? You bring out Irradiator, you activate Irradiator, you target the Possess Storage in your graveyard, and he pops himself, right? So, after he pops himself, you get Chain Links. You get the Possess Storage, and then the Citadel. So, Possess Storage will come back, bring back the Citadel. I mean, not the Citadel, sorry, the Irradiator. And Citadel comes back off of Irradiator's effect because a Earth Machine was destroyed. Bong. 3 cards off of a quick discard for 1. Really nice. The Air Raider here, he activates only on your opponent's turn. And the way he activates is, you can just target one machine monster you control, like himself, special summon from the deck one Machina monster with a different name and an equal or lower level than that monster. And if you do, destroy the targeted monster. So he'll probably destroy himself 9 times out of 10. But say, you're up against a really powerful single monster on your opponent's side of the field, bring out Fortress and throw it in defense, and guess what? If he kills Fortress, he's getting popped. So, now, Cannon is in here in place of the 3rd Fortress. This lad is great for the level 8 synergy. As you can see, we play quite a few level 8 XCs. And, I mean, you really need to synergize with level 8s if you're going to play this many level 8 XCs. So, Cannon, very simple. Special summon from the hand by sending one or more machine monsters from your hand to the graveyard. So, simple enough, right?